in the dead of August.
Turn up on three. 1, 2, 3, turn up!
Hustle, where you going?
Players across Arkansas hit the grass, lace up their cleats, and load on the pads.
You know, just coming up, that was one of the things that you kind of prided yourself on was you wanted to be a Zebra.
To play one of the state's favorite pastimes.
Our expectation is to win a state championship every year.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We feel like we're on the verge of exploding.
Get him turned, get him turned, get him turned, get to the left.
The wins and the losses, all for the opportunity to bring home the ultimate prize.
You know, we don't have runner-up banners in our gym. We don't have runner-up trophies in our trophy case.
A chance to share the tradition of their city with the natural state.
Breathe it, right your feet, right your...
The pride and joy that comes from the school name on their jersey.
When the game was played out of town, everybody went to watch the team play.
One shot at a state championship, a trip to War Memorial for a memory that will last a lifetime. That dream starts now.
THV 11's High School Football Special, Tackling Traditions, is brought to you by River Ridge Equipment.
Here at Pine Bluff, the Zebras have brought home 2 state titles in a row. Zebra Pride is a tradition that's passed on from generation to generation. The belief in each other to win not only inspires the team, but the fan base that surrounds them.
Hello, Barbershop.
At Pop's Barbershop in Pine Bluff,
Friendly conversation and sports.
the Zebra football team dominates the chatter around the shop.
Another win, getting ready for another championship.
And a majority of the team, including manager Greg Walker, frequents Pop's chair.
We got to get them ready for the game.
In Pine Bluff, Fridays under the lights at Jordan Stadium is a way of life.
One thing that really brings the community together, whether you're rich, poor, white, black.
Going to games at Jordan Stadium as a kid, and you couldn't wait to get out there on the field yourself one day.
It's a neat place to play. The fans are right on top of you. There's no track. This stadium is just so full of tradition. Not a lot has been done to it with the exception of the turf.
Just a dream of pretty much every kid that grew up in Pine Bluff to play for the Zebras, to wear the stripes.
1, 2, 3, yeah!
Coming up, that was one of the things that you kind of prided yourself on was you wanted to be a Zebra.
And we can't forget some of the best Zebras of all time.
No, everybody gonna say the great Basil Shabazz.
I might have to go with my classmate and NFL Hall of Famer, Willie Roaf.
The atmosphere is one players and fans dream of.
And when that fight song would come on, it would just pump you up so much. Because unlike a lot of high schools that just, knock off a college fight song, Pine Bluff has its own fight song.
And head coaches, well, they feel indifferent about the game night environment.
I was never a headset guy on the sideline, but I am here, and I wear 2 earphone headsets, so I don't have to hear any of the stuff coming out of the bleachers.
Luckily, he has Zebra and Razorback alum like defensive coordinator Rod Stinson backing him up on the sideline.
Coming from this area and being able to play around great players and good coaches, was just a benefit.
Stinson feels privileged to set a good example for kids that have been in his shoes.
There's some challenges, and I think challenges are everywhere you go in life, but for me, football was that scapegoat, is the way out.
Many like Stinson, who know Pine Bluff well, understand the pressure of winning.
They were expecting us to immediately win, and we didn't.
Bolding opened up his career going 2-7-1.
Their expectation level around here is, sometimes very unrealistic.
After 9 years, Bolding has kept the same mindset at the beginning of each season, win a state title.
It's got to be that. Because we have to win at a high rate. Our fans are accustomed to watching football in late November and into December, hopefully.
So far, Bolding has delivered back-to-back state titles in 2014 and 2015.
I think he's doing a good job, though. This be the 3rd championship coming this year. Three times, back-to-back.
While expectations are high,
there's something in the water around here. There really is. Our kids are highly competitive.
Bolding knows the Zebras have it in them.
When the lights come on, they're going to play. I don't give pregame talks. they're going to come out and they're going to perform.
Got a whole new unit coming. Say, hey, all the other teams better get ready. Palm High back on the scene.
The Z's get Cabot in week 1. Coming up next, Hayden Balgavy takes you down to Rison to show you the deep roots of that Wildcat tradition. All that and more next.
Welcome back to THV 11's Tackling Tradition. It's no secret to fans in Pulaski County that Falcons and Red Devils just don't get along. That rivalry between Jacksonville and North Pulaski high schools ran for decades. But following the formation of the Jacksonville School District, the two former enemies now find themselves on the same sideline.
I was really shocked because I heard it was going to happen after I had graduated, but, you know, since it happened, it's still cool, you know. Got love for all my teammates.
Jacksonville High football players have a lot of new teammates this season. The merger between Jacksonville and North Pulaski happened this summer, so any hard feelings between the two schools had to disappear pretty quickly.
It really surprised me. I thought we were going to come over here and be thrown to the side. Coach Hick was like involved us in everything. He didn't pick any favorites. It was, you know, if you were good at the spot, you play there.
Better, Anthony. Ready!
If the idea of two rival schools joining forces sounds like a good movie, well, that's partly why the team is now called the Titans. Head coach Barry Hickinbotham says the former North Pulaski players have made the transition really easy on everybody.
Okay, good. Got to open one more time. Footwork again. Ready, go. Great kids, you know, great work ethic, and just fitting right in as one of our own. You know, so it's been smooth, and they're working hard, and we're glad to have them.
Denzel Washington won't have to give an emotional speech to help these Titans come together. The players tell me whatever bad blood existed between fans of the two schools didn't filter down to them.
It's pretty easy, you know, because we all got the same mindset. We want to win. We want to be a good team, so everybody wants to be a leader. We grew up with these people, you know. We stay in the same city. They just go to a different school because they stay in a different area.
Jacksonville moves up to Class 6A this year, and they know they'll be underdogs. But they believe there's one big reason why they can surprise people.
Right now, we're scrappy. We're working hard. You know, we didn't have the numbers that we did last year. But, you know, I'd rather have 30 people working for one purpose as hard as they can than 105 guys that just are there to wear a uniform.
It's going to be hard, you know, but probably these next, you know, 5-10 years later, everybody's going to know the Titans, Jacksonville Titans.
Attaboy, good.
The newly formed Titans will open their season here in Jacksonville September 2nd against Mills.
Squeeze it down, do your job.
Well, while the Jacksonville Titans have a newly formed locker room 68 miles to the south in Cleveland County, the Rison Wildcats have been a mainstay here for nearly a century.
We're coming up on the 80th year for this field being used here, first time in 1937.
Rison has history, there's no doubt about that. But they also have hardware.
You know, we don't have runner-up banners in our gym. We don't have runner-up trophies in our trophy case. In fact, runner-up trophies we use for doorstops. You see what you got? Good. Good snap.
The Wildcats have brought home 8 state titles under 6 different head coaches. Stan Sadler has covered the Wildcats for over 40 years.
The businessmen of the community wanted to have football like the other towns in Arkansas did, and they raised $300 to get some equipment. You know, when you think about $300 in 1927 in a small town like Rison, that was a lot of money.
The $300 bought much more than helmets and cleats. It bought a foundation.
Kind of start brainwashing them from there. We get them in the 7th grade, and we talk about the history. We talk about the expectations.
Expectations from generation to generation, beginning with the school's first state championship in 1950.
When the game was played out of town, everybody went to watch the team play. And we always told the word was out that the last one out of town should turn out the lights.
They still get together. They have a scholarship that they established several years ago. They're just a neat bunch of guys.
66 years later, Clay Toddy enters his 19th season at the helm.
Hustle, where you going?
Passing his knowledge of the past on to the champs of the future.
we're about winning championships. And I think a lot of them are understanding of some of the things, obstacles that we've had to go through. So you wanted that so bad for them that we could raise that flag again and say, hey, once again, Rising football endured.
The tradition just evolved and has kept on evolving, and even until the present day Wildcats.
1, 2, 3, I'm a Wildcat, yeah!
Now, per tradition, as they do every year, Rising's game with Fordyce will kick off at 8 o'clock instead of 7 to give fans an extra hour to get back to the game and come back home.
The Robinson football team has only won one state championship, and that was back in 1980. But in this election year, the Senators say they're rewriting their history. With new turf, new facilities, and new blood, Robinson says this is a team you won't forget.
And then you're gonna go around this way?
Just off Highway 10.
You'll come back on the line. Everybody got it?
We feel like we're on the verge of exploding.
Hey! Hold up! Don't dig at the tanks, hold up!
Robinson High School
I think we're going to be a dominant team.
is building a monster.
I mean, if they say otherwise, then they'll be in for a surprise.
We're a smaller school, and so we might not have as many athletes as most schools, but we do, actually.
It's been 36 years since the Senators brought home their sole state title.
Up now, go! 1980, yeah, it was a long time ago.
With many changes on the way,
You know, we're getting a complete renovation of all of our facilities.
plus switching over to the 7-4A conference.
We counted up the other day, and we believe there's more Division I offers in that one conference than the rest of the state combined.
Arkansas commit Corlin Jackson transferring to the Senators doesn't hurt either.
The transition was easier than I thought it was going to be, and now Robinson's like home for me.
Since Jackson will play wideout for the Hogs, he's making the switch from QB to wide receiver at Robinson. And one of the best players in the state, Nathan Page, will be playing on the opposite side at wideout.
If they double team me, then Nathan's going to be wide open. If they double team Nathan, then I'm going to be wide open.
It's hard. I don't know how you'll do it.
With TJ Hammonds playing for the Hogs this year, Navy commit Miles Fells is stepping up as the starting running back.
I hope we're able to come at them in waves. I think we've got about 7 or 8 kids that are being recruited by Division I schools right now.
While traditions at Robinson are few and far between, the Senators feel this is the year that will change that.
Our chemistry as a team is already great, so I mean, I can see us going all the way.
We feel really good about it being a complete program, not just 1 or 2 names.
We should win state this year. State championship is our goal.
Robinson opens up with Hot Springs Lakeside on August 29th. Coming up, Hayden Balgavy takes us to Saline County to fill us in on all those coaching shakeups. All that and more after this.
The landscape of high school football in Saline County changed faster than a truck barreling down I-30. 4 programs, 4 new head coaches. No matter the year, no matter the state, and no matter the offseason, the coaching carousel will never stop spinning. But I don't think any football fan in Arkansas expected this.
To have 4 coaching changes in one county it's unreal.
A year ago, Bryant was Paul Callie's home. He led the Hornets to a 9-1 record in the regular season, but after nearly a decade at the helm and over 100 wins later, it was time for a change. In December, he accepted the job at Harmony Grove.
It's re-energized me. I feel I'm excited to come to work every day. Just a new energy. I feel younger.
Callie's final game with the Hornets made every fan's heart race, whether they were young or old. A 24-30 heartbreaking defeat to eventual 7A state champs Fayetteville and his former head coach Daryl Patton. Little did he know they would be facing off again very soon.
Coach Callie, we've been friends forever. He was one of my assistants for years, and our relationship is a very, very strong one and close one. And when we play each other, we want to beat each other. But after the game, we're going to be as close as ever.
12 miles to the east, Patton was hired by Bauxite in May following his resignation from Fayetteville. And who did he see first on his calendar? A showdown with the old friend he booted from the 7A playoffs just 1 year ago.
He's going to be a wristband guy probably when we play. He's not going to be using signals, but it's still hard. Even though we know a lot about each other. It's hard to relay what you see from their sideline to your guys because they're going so fast.
We think it's going to be a great crowd. I think we'll get a lot of the Benton Bryant fans to come out and pay attention just because of Paul and I and our history. And we're excited about it. We think it's going to be a great rivalry.
Turn up on 3. 1, 2, 3, turn up!
These guys know a good rivalry when they see one. They were raised in the Salt Bowl. Now, the torch has been passed. 4 miles north of Bauxite, Buck James took over for Cali in December.
The hype before the game is as big as the game is, so, and it starts on that Monday and it doesn't stop till, I guess, till the game's over with on Friday night.
James may be a Salt Bowl rookie, but he knows how to win. He captured a state title with Camden Fairview in 2012, and now his path to bring one in Bryant starts with Benton.
I think it's a great thing for Saline County, both communities, both high schools, and I think it gives, it puts it on the map, and it's a good football community, it's a good football town, and I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to coach in it.
While Buck's Bryant Hornets prepare to kick off, just 7 miles to the southwest, Brad Harris's Benton Panthers are doing the same thing.
They have no excuses when they walk out into War Memorial and there's 30,000 fans and it's full, and I just got to learn to not get too excited, overly excited, and be that cool head for our team now.
Now, Harris is no stranger to the expectations for the Bryant game. He spent the past 2 seasons as defensive coordinator, and now he's calling the shots as head coach.
Let's go, get off!
I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm a cheerleader a lot of time, or that guy that's getting on somebody all the time, but that's the role that I want to be as a head coach.
4 head coaches, 2 games, 1 week.
He gives us sort of a coaching clinic right here in town, and hopefully it'll make us grow and become a really good football program.
You get a little bit of change and people get even more excited about the game.
We all kind of split, but we've all had success, and I'm happy for those guys.
We're glad to be all in Saline County. We're going to have to start a breakfast club or a lunch club every once in a while.
So not only do all 4 of these head coaches occupy one county, Harmony Grove, Haskell, and Bauxite play on Thursday night, and of course 24 hours later, you've got the Salt Bowl, Benton versus Bryant. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. At the end of the season, all roads lead here. Every hit, every sprint, every two-a-day gives teams a shot to play for a state championship trophy at War Memorial Stadium. Arkansas high school football is back, and that dream begins now.
Our expectation is the same this year. That's not going to change from year to year. It can't at Pine Bluff.
That is a goal. You don't have it written down. You don't have it where the kids can see it. You don't talk about it. You're never going to reach those goals.
It would mean everything for me to just ball out and go all the way 100%.
They see how close they were, and you hope that's a good motivator to get back up there and win it.